Hey guys, I'm standing on the shoreline of good old Sam Rayburn Reservoir right now, and I got with me good old MTB Pro box. Haven't unboxed this thing yet. I thought this would be a good time to sit down and see what's going on in here by the lake before we get out there on the water. So let's see if we got some baits in here that are going to cut the mustard for January down here in Texas. Now I am going to do a little bit more deep diving into this and some on the water stuff on the MTB channel, so you can go subscribe over there, check out the deep dives over there. Those videos were basically take them out on the water and see what's going on. So let's get in to what's actually inside of this one. All right, take a look at our card that we got here, and we got a scatter wrap shad, a river to sea RUCCUS, a live target hollow body frog, Yum Money Minnow 3.5. Guess what that's for? MIZMO diamond craw and a Yum umbrella money head, which is a jig head. So let's start at the top of the list, as we always do, with the RAPALA scatter wrap shad. RAPALA scatter wrap shad. Now this is a longer lure than the regular scatter wrap, but the thing that makes this bait unique is that lip. Darts all over the place, and this is more of a shad profile. This is a light bait. Let's see how much it weighs. Yeah, so this is only a 1/4 ounce. This is kind of light. I would actually recommend throwing this on spinning gear. It'd be pretty hard if you have a really light setup for bait casting. You can do it, but you're gonna get longer casts with a spinning setup. Now what this bait is designed to do is mimic those tight wobbling actions of shad in the winter time. It's really cold, they're not moving very fast. This will have a lot of action, but it's going to be tight action, so it just keeps a real tight wiggle to it, and that's what those fish really like in the winter time when it's cold. I'm going to say the water's in the 40s and in the 50s. And once you get in the 60s, you can get a little bit more action out of your lures and get away with it. But that lure right there is a perfect wintertime crankbait to work slowly around rocks or wood, wherever you think fish are setting up and they're not hitting those reaction baits very well. This can be a reaction bait, but it's a subtle action that they just prefer when it's really cold. It's more natural. The next on the list is the River to Sea RUCCUS, and this is a lipless crankbait. You cannot go wrong with a lipless crankbait in January, February, March. Those are great months to fish this thing. Let's take a look at this. This one's pretty heavy, got some loud rattles on it. 21 grams, 3/4 of an ounce. I actually like throwing 3/4 of an ounce traps a lot. You can get major distance with them, and I would probably beef up your gear a little bit. Maybe throw this on a medium heavy versus a medium with a little bit lighter lipless crankbait. You really get some monster distance on it, and I actually like to throw mine on like a 7.6 to really get it out there, especially when I'm fishing around grass, so I can rip it out. This one's kind of a sunfish color. One of the things I really like in lipless crankbaits this time of year is a little bit of yellow or red chartreuse in the belly area. This has got a nice gold, and it's got some red in the face, so I think this will work, especially with this overcast condition I got going on out here. Another thing that I really look for is the top of the bait, like how low profile is it, how skinny is it, because I fish a lot of grass here in East Texas. This one's kind of broad. It might be better for like open water, but it feels really heavy up front. It's probably gonna sit nose down. I think if you dropped it in the water, it'd probably sit nose down. You've got some really sharp hooks on this bait. I'm not sure who they're made by, but those are like sticky, sharp hooks. I can just about get them to hang on my finger. So I'm excited to get out there on the water and try this RUCCUS and see how much ruckus it's gonna cause. Now this next one, some of you might think is crazy for January, but this is the live target hollow body frog. I'm telling you guys, you get a nice warm day when bass are moving up shallow, they will hit a frog. I know if you've watched some of my videos lately, you've seen some of this action, January frog action, and it's real, guys. It's real. There's even a video out there of a bass hitting a frog through the ice. So don't count out the frog. Now the frog, that's a shallow water bait obviously, and the live target frog is really nice. So what are the things you look for on a good frog? You want to look for a good solid build. You want to make sure that it's going to stay afloat, it's not going to sink down in the water. This one's got a keel on it so you can get good action, and I like for the hooks to be pretty flush so I could run my finger right over that. That means I can fish it in the heavy cover, heavy vegetation. It's exactly where I like to fish a frog. This one's got a lifelike body to it. It looks like a frog that's just like this, just sitting there like ready to be eaten. His arms are back, he's swimming, and he's ready to be slurped. Now these next two I will do in unison because these are, you can fish them by themselves, but these would really be key on a rig, an umbrella rig. So this is the Yum Money Minnow, the 3.5 inch, and then you got the umbrella money head that comes with that. Umbrella rigs account for so many big fish this time of year, I can't even tell you. It is just, it's the deal to throw. If you're fishing a tournament and they allow it, you better have one tied on because somebody is winning that tournament, or at least catching a lot of their big fish on that thing. So I've used these money minnows before. These are good baits. I love this color actually for where I'm at. This kind of citrus shad color right here. And this is a great small shad profile. If you're in a lake that's got some smaller shad, fish won't shy away from that. And these heads are perfectly designed to go in this thing. And these are, let's see, these look like 1/8. Yeah, these are 1/8, which I actually like in the wintertime versus a 1/4 ounce, because when you're putting a lot of these on there, say 5, that's a lot of weight when you start adding up all those little 1/4 ounce weights. So 1/8 is nice because you can really fish it slow. That's the key to fishing umbrella rigs. You want to fish them really slow to get those big bites, and you just rig that right through the top of the head there. Come up, it's got a nice little hook plastic keeper on the head of that jig head, and that thing is ready to put on a umbrella rig and get some big bites. Now the last bait we have in here is the MIZMO Diamond Craw, and this is a crawfish imitating soft plastic bait. This would be great on the back of a jig, and it's also great for Texas rigging and even Carolina rigging. I've actually used this bait before. These are great jig tailors because they have these big flappers on the front. In the wintertime, I like to fish more natural flapping type, like chunks, and this is kind of like a chunk combined with the crawfish, so that's cool. It's even got a little hole in it where you could put a rattle chamber if you wanted to, so that's really neat. And it's kind of sectioned off here, so if you wanted to put this on a trailer, you could just take that top part off and then put it on your jig and be good to go. But bass are always after crawfish in the wintertime, it seems. It's a great forage, and this is a good imitator. The January MTB Pro box, I'd say it's great for me. Now where I'm fishing, this is perfect because we've had a little bit of a frog bite right now. The water's been fluctuating up and down, going warm, cold, so it either goes from a lipless crankbait, reaction bait type bite, up to a up shallow. You got to fish something a little bit slower like a jig or a soft plastic, or even a frog, which is really fun. And you never want to count out that umbrella rig. You get out on that little deeper water, you can fish that, or you can go up shallow around the points when they're moving back and forth, and you can catch them on it. So that is the challenge of fishing this time of year. Fish are moving back and forth depending on how warm the water gets, and a few degrees in temperature change can really make them do a big swing moving around. So it's nice to be prepared in a variety of ways, and this box down here where I'm at is perfect for this month. If you want to check out a more deep dive into this box, go subscribe to the MTB channel, and you can see more tip videos and then the deep dives into this, so on the water action. Thanks for coming to the channel, guys. Thanks for subscribing, go ahead and hit that like button if you like what's going on here. And if you want to check out more fishing videos, check them out in the annotation links at the end here. Hey, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.